All right, guys, I am back and we are going to be making something completely different but completely adorable. And this will be my design team project for Crafty Cat for this month. This particular one is her dog days, I believe, or the dog kit. You'll be able to find it on her Etsy, and I will list her shop in the description box below. So this is a little refrigerator clipboard thingy. We'll make a pen, and if you'll notice there, it's decorated on the inside. I will show you how to do that. It's got a little pin. It's got magnets on the back, so it hangs on the refrigerator. It has this little mini notepad here that just slides up out of the pocket, and it can be clipped up here too if that is wanted. And actually, yeah, it'll still work if you put it up there. So basically, and I'm not going to open it all the way because I do plan to sell this one. And once you open it once, it puts a crease right here, which is fine. It usually lays right back down, but I don't want to do that for the new owner. So yep, it's just a little mini notepad here. And then it's got a little pocket with a couple little tags from the kit in there. And then, yeah, it just slides back in through here like so. You want to lift up your paper and then just slide it back down like that. All right, so let's get started. Okay, and I'm going to give you a list of supplies that I used. Again, you can alter this, change it, do whatever you'd like with it. As far as like if you don't have this but have this, or you know, feel free. You'll need some type of heavy string, whether it be cotton. You could, I would say stay away from wax, and you'll know why when we get to that point. But even like a thicker embroidery floss, something like that would be fine too. And I am going to play with one thing. You'll need a clipboard, and we're going to make several of these. Let me just run through it. So you'll need a clipboard, and you can usually get them in a 2-pack for, I believe it's $1.09 or $89 here at Walmart. You'll need at least one 12x12 sheet of scrapbook paper. You'll need a coordinating either digital kit or even more scrapbook paper, whatever floats your boat. I've made it with both, and they both look really cute, but I really wanted to use Amy's kitty cats and dog kits with these. Okay, so I think this one's going to be the one I excuse me, choose for that one. And these backgrounds come in the digital kits. And then we need a couple little cards that come in the kit, and I haven't quite decided which little kitty is going to go on the background for this one. So we'll decide that in a little bit. And then let's see, what else do you need? At least for this episode, I think that will be it. Oh, I was going to show you too. You can use a bigger, you'll need a notebook like this, but that'll probably be tomorrow's video. We'll get to decorating that. You can use this bigger size with these bigger clipboards. The only reason I didn't with this one, and we may end up, depending on where we place the cat on the background, we may use it. But see, if I were to have done that, then it would have covered up all the little puppies, and I didn't want to do that. So, yeah. So, and then this little clipboard, we're going to use her new watercolor kit here. And I haven't quite decided. I've printed it several times. Again, my printer and internets and all that. So this is her watercolor kit. And we're going to use it in the decorating of this stuff here. So, yeah, I haven't quite mapped this one out yet. And that one's going to be the little clipboard, but that again will just be a separate video for that. All right, so let's get started. This is what I do. If you find that there's a little bit better way for you, then please do that. And this is not an original idea, but so what I do is I take my thing up and I make sure that I'm pretty close to the edges, and I'm hoping that all of this gets into frame. So I want to make sure it's pretty well lined out and that I've left enough up here because if you see here, it doesn't quite fit. It doesn't go all the way down. That's why we put the pocket on. But we want to make sure, like I said, that we have enough room up here for when we go in and kind of customize it around this piece here, okay? So I do leave just a little bit of a gap, and you do want a pencil to do this. And I just make kind of like a little sketch of it. And this is going to be off, and that because it's like going around edges and stuff like that. This just gives you the closest fit we can get at the moment. And I'm going to take this really quick over to the cutter, which is right across here. So look at this pretty little kitty here for a second. Yeah, I've been salivating to do some more of these things, and so I'm super excited, guys. Well, it sounds like the kids are up and moving, so we may end up having some commentary from the peanut gallery. Okay, and you can tell like where my pencil marks are. I'm a little bit wider. That's okay. We're just getting the basic shapes right now, and I'm going to show you how to make it really like customized to it. You will need some sort of razor blade or the equivalent, box cutter, something like that. Okay. I don't know if you could tell, but I am just a little bit nervous about doing this on film because, like I said, they're big. Get those out of the way for a second. They're big, and it is kind of, I don't want to say difficult, but it is kind of difficult to get. Oh, right, that is what I did. Okay, I was like, no wonder it was. Okay, so you want to make sure you're pretty well lined out on the sides, and I'll pick it up and show you what I mean. Okay, so like if you flip it over here, for the most part, we've got, oh, and I moved it. Okay, so I've got equal amounts going all the way down, right? Almost. Anyways, it'll become more clear here in a minute. You want your little gaps about even so that when you're cutting this, you're not off too much. And that's why when we outlined it, it wasn't completely accurate. Okay, now what you want to do is carefully take your finger and like shape the edge of that metal piece, and you just want small creases because we're going to do a little bit at a time because this isn't our first cut we're going to have to make, okay? You don't want to punch your paper, like you don't want to punch all the way through it if you can help it. And this is just paper, it's not the like cardstock. So cardstock is usually a little bit easier. But if you can tell, I've made the indentions of where that piece is. So I'm going to take my scissors and kind of cut that out. And I did punch through a little bit of it, but that's okay because again, we're cutting it out, so not a huge deal. Okay, now, see, we're still not quite up to where we need to be, right? So then what I do is I slide it up again, and I've done it both ways, where I've actually like measured it out, and then I've actually like tried to cut it, and it didn't turn out any better than doing it the way I'm doing it. So, and then I just make sure the second time around that my corners that I've cut, see, that they're up there quite a bit. And then I try to make sure it's as even as I can possibly get it. And then again, I take my thumb and I kind of make the impression of what I'm going around at the moment. If that makes any sense, probably not. Okay. Okay, so again, I have my little impression, so I'm just going to go in and take off just a little bit more. Okay. And there, we have that. And let me pull out pull over the original one. That is why you see these little embellishments up through here. It's to cover a little bit of the thing here. Like I said, you can get really, really precise if you'd like. That's fine. And it's best to butt it up against this bottom line here. And then, like I said, then we can do that, and don't worry about any overhang right now, okay? All we're gonna do is glue this down now. I've been using this Aleene's Tacky Glue. I'm liking it more and more for my projects. And don't worry about it if you get it on the metal. It wipes off. A little soap and water if needed, or, you know, just about anything. And you're just going to put it all over, and I'm going to be a little hefty with it. I'm making a mess. Who did that just sound like? It was like a George Foreman or something. Like, remember, like with his infomercials or something? I don't remember. Pay special attention to getting your glue all the way to the edges, because that's what's going to create your seal. Okay. And I guess I also am liking the ease of the Aleene's for, it gives me time to reposition if I need to. And like I said the other day, it's not like I'm not ever going to use tacky glue again, or Fabri-Tac again. Okay, so see, like sometimes if they're not, this brad thing isn't down as far, then it will sneak up. Okay, now's the time. If you have a credit card that you use for spreading, do that. If not, take a bone folder, use your hand and use quite a bit of pressure, that sort of thing. Well, that's where the pocket's going, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we're good and spread out. Okay, now, because this, if you just flip this over, it's going to rock on you. Not so great. I would suggest using the edge of your table. And I'm sorry, some of this is going to be out of frame for you, but I can at least get this portion. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to set your blade down and then just go along the edge all the way down. Make sure you're cutting on a mat, right? Okay, maybe I can get this side in just a little bit for you. And it does come to, you're going to have to just do some like customizing. I've not had good luck with scissors, but you may, that might be something you'd have luck at. Or you could, let's try something. This just came to my thought. Maybe we can put it like on the edge of a book. I don't know if I'll be able to get it down far enough. But yeah, working with that little lip right there is a little bit difficult. And now I'm running into the edge of the glue on the glue book. So you're just going to take it off little by little. Okay, and then unfortunately to get this top piece off, it does have to wobble. So I want you all to be really careful with your blade. And actually, maybe if I just, it's not the easiest to get up in there, but and then you might have to do a little bit of freehand going around edges. And you're never really supposed to cut next to yourself, but all in the name of crafts, right? And I feel like I'm making you guys dizzy, but no, that's just ripping. Might have to actually let that dry a minute. Look like I'm actually probably going to get this cut, at least on this video. Okay, this is a lesson on what not to do. Part of it's still, the glue's still wet, and it just keeps like, yeah, it just keeps pulling away. All right, so we're not going to worry about that for right now. We're going to let it completely dry out before I attempt and before I like make any other things. Okay, so to make the pocket down here, like I said, I'm going to use some of Amy's background kits that come in there. And did I lose the, no, there it is. Right. Can't remember which one I want. I think it was this one because it had pink. Okay, now you're going to want to use, see, this is too short on this side, which, I mean, you could make a pocket like that. But I usually make it like this. And the last one I made it at 5.5. So I'm gonna, that seems to be a good size. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it at that. Oh, you know what? I don't even think I asked you guys how you guys were. See what happens when I get super excited? Okay. And you're not even going to have to worry about cutting off ends or anything like that. Because again, we'll have to go around with our blade. So yeah, now all I do is this time I'm going to take my art glitter glue. And this, you do have to let sit a little bit more so than normal. So you want to make sure you got your paper lined up to know where your start point is. So, and then you're just going to outline the pocket. we're gonna let that set for a second. And while that's drying, we're going to pick out which kitten. Oh, actually, we're gonna need it back in the frame to kind of know. I think, gosh, I love them both. But I think this one would look okay if we offset a little bit for the bigger notepad. Okay, so we're gonna cut this down. Tear it down, actually. And then we'll tear around it so it's just a kitten. Like I said earlier, it's not like specific. I mean, you could decorate these little guys in anything you wanted. I think the little mushroom kit's gonna look really cute with this too. Okay. Yep, I think I'm gonna offset him a little bit, because then once we set this one over here, it'll probably come about here. Yeah, I think that will look cute. Yep, okay. So let's tear around this little guy. And we'll put some more little kitties down on the pocket here. Like, we'll make another pocket, so. Yeah, not much is happening here. We have some fair updates though. It looks like they're gonna try to do everything virtually, which some things, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Oh, so I did want to tell you too, I don't know how many of you like actually like go into my playlists or anything like that. But you'll see, like right now I have, I don't know, like 4 or 5 videos that are, it'll say that they're private. What those are is those are like scheduled videos. So like they're already, what's the word I'm looking for? They're recorded, the project's done, that sort of thing. Yep. And then what we'll do is we'll put something right here, like a saying, or like maybe we'll make a little card, like one of these type of things, only bigger, up here that says something. So if you see those, they're just like, you know, the finishing of a series or just uploaded videos for days to come. So yeah, that said, if you see an unlisted one, don't worry about it. Those are all just going to be like 4-H ones that nobody but 4-Hers get to see. So yeah, I just wanted to, because we're going to do some like training videos, and it's not necessarily that I care that you guys see them. That's just like state and local like rules for being able to teach my kids outside of, I say mine, but mine and my partner's kids. It's just county guidelines and state guidelines, and I guess it's just kind of a way to keep everybody safe too. Isn't that little baby so cute? So stinking cute. And you know what, I gotta say, I love it on the back of the denim. Okay. All right. We'll worry about that later. Let's do the pocket down here. And did I print 1 or 2 of these? And these aren't the complete printings of these kits, guys. There's so much more to see. And I think eventually, probably maybe even in July, I will do like a little journal series with these guys. What do I want to put here? Now, what if we used... Yeah, let's do that to make the pocket. I got to figure out about how big our pocket can be. Okay, so not big. I guess it wouldn't necessarily matter if it went underneath it, right? A little bit. Far over, not much. And I don't think, sorry, I got quiet there, guys. I'm just trying to, I'd rather the pockets not like go underneath the thing. So if we just take it down just a little bit more, I think we'll be all right. And that is definitely not even. I mean, not that tearing it's ever going to make it completely even, but one can try, right? Okay, now let's see if we can use the rest of this, kind of tear out this picture and then kind of like layer it a little bit. Crazy about that. We'll still use it somewhere, but let's do this one with a little yarn since we couldn't decide which one we wanted. And by we, I mean me. Probably should have looked at the clock before I started this video, but alas, I did not. I actually have dinner plans. Isn't that nuts? That is nuts to say in this current world, isn't it? So what has everybody been up to? We're just kind of hanging, waiting on 4-H stuff to kick off or be canceled or, you know, do something. Okay, yep, that's so cute. Okay. Okay. All right, let me cap that off and we will... Oh. My poor glue dauber, or my glue thing, like... I'm probably going to have Amy make me like several backups. Okay, so again, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, make sure everything's tight, and then just go right along there. Okay, let's go and do the other side, or not. Oh, you should do this on a cutting mat too. Don't just do this on your table because, you know, unless that's what you do on your table, then, you know, you're perfectly fine. Okay. All right, guys, we are getting there. Okay, let's see if we can get this top piece any more cleaned up. It might have to be something that it's not wanting to come off, so I'll probably have to just mess with that. I don't know if it's going to take more glue. I don't know. Yeah, it's just taking it off in layers. It's not actually taking the paper off. Oh, maybe I got it. No, it's just bending. Yeah, it's just going to fold, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that portion there. So to finish out the board, and around like here, just throw a little bit of ink in there. You know, double check to make sure all your edges are completely down. If not, just throw in some more glue. Really make sure those edges are good and done. To finish this up, I'm going to show you what I do for the back, and then we'll go to the next video with the... Actually, no, I'm going to stop it here because I'm pretty sure this is already long. All right, guys. So, yep, this is that little kitty so far, and we will be back tomorrow to finish it out. All right, guys. Hope you have a great day. Bye.